2020 is the best year in the history of the markets to be a trader. Just like every other industry, there's huge change right now. There's a huge influx of technology helping traders make better decisions. And for the first time in 40 years, you don't need to be a finance major or work at a big fund to actually beat the markets. We can actually do it from home now, not using some 3 simple tricks or strategy people sell us, but by learning how to use technology to our advantage, by learning how to look beyond just the price chart and take advantage of understanding what's going on in the markets and finding real market inefficiency. The reality is, though, that modern trading education has failed us. We have traders out here running around with old maps, hoping to find new treasure, thinking that if they do the same things that people have been doing for the last 50 years, they are going to be the ones to beat the market. I was lucky enough to avoid the majority of that because I had mentors who showed me the path I should be heading on. I had relationships with portfolio managers, people who had actually built careers and lives out of trading the markets, show me that the path I was going down first was not the way to be heading. I needed to look beyond the charts, see beyond just what was happening in the price action if I wanted to develop any sort of consistency and profitability in the markets. Now, I'm not going to say I just took their word and started changing how I was trading. I should have done that. It would have saved me a lot of money, but it's so hard to when you look online and all you can see is people using price action, technicals, chart reading patterns as a way to beat the market. We all know that 95% of traders are losing money. And we all seem to have this belief that the 95% that are losing money are offline somewhere. We're not actually seeing them, and they're uneducated traders who are just throwing their money into the market. The reality is, though, that everybody engaged in this space is taking it seriously. And the people that you are seeing online are the 95%. The majority of people are not making money. But the people who are taking it extremely seriously are not always the ones making money. You can be extremely serious about bad strategies. And that's what I want to talk about today. Modern trading is very different than what you're seeing online. The things people are doing to win in today's market are not the same as what you're being told is the right way to go. As I said before, I was lucky enough to have good mentorship. And when I started listening to their advice, I realized 2 things. 1, there is massive opportunity right now to beat the markets, to actually have an advantage over every other trader. And 2, it's not going to be easy. It's a long road, but I could actually, for the first time, see from where I was today to actually where I needed to end up to be a winner in this space. The path was clear. It was not easy, but it was clear. And it made sense, and I knew that if I got there, I'd be able to do the things that the 5% were actually doing to beat the market over and over. So look, it's going to sound cliche, but the first thing you need to do if you actually want to make it in this field is find a good mentor. And I'm not talking about the guy online with the Lamborghini selling you a $3,000 course, telling you that if you follow his 3 simple steps, you're going to be a millionaire in the next 2 years. What I'm telling you is to find somebody who's actually built a life out of trading, who's gotten to the goal that you want, not through selling courses or mentorships, but through actual trading. I'm talking about portfolio managers, analysts at hedge funds, people who have built lives out of trading. This was the biggest game changer for me because without access to them, I never would have known that I was even on the wrong path. And I would have been stuck in the same trader's rat race that 95% of people never make it out of. Now, what you're going to learn very quickly from finding these mentors is that every single profitable trader in 2020 is tech savvy. They know how to use computers to make better trading decisions. Gone are the days of just relying on intuition. We have better methods now. We take our intuition, we come up with ideas, and we use computers to help us decide if we should be putting our money behind those ideas or not. Think about it. Computers can do 1 million processes in 1 second, and we're using all of that computing power to draw lines on charts? You think that's what the people managing $1 billion are doing? We have so much at our disposal now. It's the blessing that comes with this advance in technology, and we need to be using it if we want to be winning in this space. It's not far-fetched to believe that this is what people who are winning are doing. You can look at any industry, no matter how subjective it is, and the professionals in that space are trying their best to put numbers to the ideas they have. Even if you look at psychology, you look at personality tests, you look at ways of evaluating IQ and how people actually behave. Everybody is trying to put numbers to ideas as a way to explain things and make better decisions. Trading is no different than this. The professionals are taking their ideas, putting numbers behind them, and using the 2 to actually make better decisions. To sum this up, modern traders are evidence-driven instead of faith-driven. And it is so hard to break away from traditional ways of trading, from looking at patterns and trying to use that as a way to predict where the market's going. But the reality is that this is not the way to win in this space. We're trying to build lives out of trading here, build a reliable second income, or use it as a way to grow our wealth. Just like every single other industry out there, data is the most valuable resource in trading. Traders who have access to the best information and know how to use it are the ones that are going to have an advantage over everyone else. Just like every single other industry, data is what separates the pros from the amateurs. It's the most valuable resource that every single company, every single trader is hungry for. We can't just be blindly putting our faith into ideas, hoping that they work for us. This is the mentality of somebody who's new to the game or isn't taking it seriously. Think about how powerful it is to be able to use information to make better decisions. Every single space is using it. That's how Amazon forecasts their sales. That's how they're able to literally predict what you're going to buy if you're an avid shopper on Amazon. They use the information they gather from you and use it to create probabilities of what you're going to buy in the future, and then they show you those products. It's the same thing in trading. We gather as much information as we can. We use it to try and predict what's going to happen in the future. We use that information compared to what the market thinks to find where we disagree, and then we use that to place trades. This is how professionals are looking at this space. And the sooner that traders can get their head around this idea and start using it, the sooner they're going to start beating the market. We were lucky enough to be shown this 5 years ago, and we spent the last 5 years working our asses off to become the people who can actually beat the market over and over. It's not something that comes easy. There's a lot of hard work, but with the right mentorship, work ethic, and heading in the right direction, it's completely achievable. For those of you that have been following me for a long time, you know this is a message I repeat over and over. The combination of data and intuition creates better trading decisions. And the sooner that traders can do this, the better off they're going to be. So for the rest of this series, for the rest of our modern options trading educational series, I'm going to actually be breaking it down into 2 sections. One is going to be about how do we need to think about trading to take advantage of everything going on. And then I'm actually going to be adding in videos that teach us how do we actually take advantage of market inefficiencies. How do we use data to make better trades? So if you agree with what I'm saying, be sure to subscribe. Every single day, I'm going to be releasing a new video on modern options education, teaching you how to look at the markets and how to actually evaluate things using information to place better trades. So share this with someone who needs to hear it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.